Hey, what's up, everybody? Thunderfist 1978 coming at you here on a Friday evening. Hope everybody's had a great day so far. Apologize for the last couple of days when my energy hasn't really been where it should have been, but hopefully tonight makes up for it. We're going back to Portable Ops tonight. We've got a few reports to take care of before we get to the main story of the game. I forget what all we have to do, but I think there's like four reports that we have to do before we go back to the main story. We did one before we ended last time, and I forget what all we still have to do. I think it's mostly scoping out candidates for recruitment and such. Everybody, Snake is back. He's still in one piece. Thanks everyone for the rescue effort. Sorry, I'm not comfortable with how the stack of games is situated. I don't want it falling over. Okay, that should be good. Hey, forget about it. No need to thank us. We're just glad to have you back. And to top it off, we've got some more good news. Thanks to the info passed to us by the dame, Elisa, we finally discovered the whereabouts of Metal Gear. It's being loaded with nuclear warheads in the plant right now, and is in an extremely vulnerable state. This could be our one and only chance to mount an assault. Exactly. We need to infiltrate that plant now. Right. Let's get going. If only. Oh, there's 5 of them. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, so there's a map. Um. There's a map of a fortress. Okay, so that right there, that's story material. Additional soldiers to the security base. We should recruit at least one member. Some kind of parts at the harbor. An SAA in the guest house. I think we'll go to town first. We've received a report from our spy unit dispatched to this location. Be sure to check it out. I wonder what that's gonna be like once we finally have that fortress. I would assume it'll give us another place to look at or another place to explore. Did you read the report from our spy unit? Read it carefully and proceed as necessary. Yeah, I did. So I think he said it was the northern part of town. Either way, there's a total of 6 items to get.
What the? Huh?
Oh crap.
What was that? Huh?
Oh
What
crap.
the? Just my imagination.
That was close, actually.
Huh? Just my imagination.
All right, let's get Cobra on this. I'm sort of surprised that guard didn't just see that. Oh crap.
Huh? What was that?
What building are... Okay, where's the truck? Is that dude gonna get here or what? Yeah, here he comes.
Nothing here. Huh? What was that?
Now the big question is, what route is that guy gonna take? Okay, there's the truck. Not too far away. Be nice if I could get all the guards in the truck. Hopefully some of them will have useful skills. Come on. Oh, here he comes. Excellent. All right, Cobra, go. So it looks like there's 3 more guards. Not counting the ones that have already been put to sleep, I mean. And by put to sleep, I mean tranquilized. Just so there's no confusion. Oh, crap. That made me nervous. Because that guy looked like he was close enough to have seen Cobra doing what he's doing. I need to put that guy out next. Where's he at? There you are.
Just my imagination. What the?
Oh, crap.
HQ.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Acknowledged. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
Should have known I couldn't find him from there. Or should have known I couldn't hit him from there is what I meant to say. What do you mean, no place to hide? Okay.
What? Just my imagination. What? What's that? What happened?
HQ,
This is HQ.
this is Patrol. All clear.
Understood. Return to your position.
All right. Actually pretty close to the truck. And I think those are the only reinforcements that'll show up. Okay, so note to self. Don't fire at the guards behind the railing unless I'm actually up there. Something told me that shot wasn't going to connect, but I just had to try it anyway, and, well, you see where that got me. Okay, there's one more item down here. And the other three... Wait. Okay, cool. We'll have to have one of the others collect the other items. What do you mean there's no place to hide? Come on. How can there not be any place to hide? I mean, we're right by the truck. Thank you. That's what I thought. Oops. No, don't pick that up. I hope that doesn't show up on the radar, because I don't want it possibly confusing me as something that I need to pick up. Okay, wait. Okay, so there are two guards. I thought there were, but for a second I was only seeing one guard's noise indicator going off. Okay, go, Snake. Okay, good. The ammo that other guard dropped is not showing up. No, I'm taking a risk. Cool.
Just my imagination.
Okay, we got him. But there's one more. Over here somewhere. Wait. That's a dog. Don't worry, folks. That was a tranquilizer round. Okay. Welcome in, Project Zero. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, it has been a while. How have you been? At least now we know that there's no other guards that'll spot us. I'm doing pretty well. I'm going on vacation in a couple of weeks, though. So I'm trying to get as much in as I can before I go on vacation. GB operator. I'm going to a convention. Just so I don't dox myself. I'm not being any more specific on where it's located. But I am going to a gaming con, and it's a couple of weeks away. Let's see, we'll get Salamander on it. Oh, I fully plan on it. This is one I've wanted to go to for quite some time, and I've never gotten around to going to it, and I'm finally gonna make it happen. Although, I've had to have a lot of work done on my car here lately, so, oh, wow, that's cool. So it lets you just like, stream directly from the units to like a capture card. Do I understand it correctly? That's cool. You know, I would look into something like that if it wasn't for the fact that I have a Game Boy player for my GameCube. I actually was gifted like a big haul of games and hardware a few years ago. Dude, don't quit dropping the guy. You do your Game Boy Color games on your Wii. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's a. Oh, your GameCube games. Oh, duh. Yeah, so one of the things I was gifted in this bundle of games and hardware was a GameCube, and I went to and I was gonna give it to I was gonna give. I actually sold it to a friend of mine, but I didn't sell it for near what I could get for it because I didn't want to profit off this friend of mine, right? But oh, nice, that's cool. I never was into, I never was really into jailbreaking stuff. But yeah, so um, I got this bundle of hardware and games and whatnot, and one of the pieces was a GameCube, and this friend of mine was looking for one, and I said, well, I have an extra one. Um, I'll I'll be happy to sell it to you for $15. Like I said, I knew I could get way more than that, but I wasn't looking I wasn't looking to really make money off of anyone, especially not a friend, right? Well, as I was cleaning it off and getting it ready to gift to this friend of mine, I noticed it had a Game Boy player attached to it, and I had I had gotten a Game Boy player disc, but I had never seen the player itself, so I wasn't sure if it came with one. And it turns out it did. So so I took the player off of it, and I told my friend, I'm sorry, but I'm keeping the Game Boy player, and he didn't even realize they were a thing, and he was totally fine with me keeping the player. But thanks to that, I have everything I need to stream Game Boy and everything up to Game Boy Advance, which I could have done that anything. I could have done that anyway because I have a Retro Freak, and that will out of the box install Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. You know the same games that the Game Boy player will play. The Retro Freak will install. All right, let's see. Yeah, and like I said, I think he knew that that I could have asked him for more money, but I didn't want to do that. So we got our map. Okay, that about does it. Good work. Now hurry and get back to the truck. Another report. What's this one? Intel suggests that there is a stock of rations inside a box or crate at the Warhead storage facility. Opening container may require significant force. Code for bring TNT. Okay, that's at Warhead storage. I wanted to go back to Warhead storage anyway. Has too many hopes, both logically and financially, to make it worth it. I get it. The only thing I've really got modded is I have a 3DS that's modded with a capture card. So I've streamed a few 3DS games. Okay, what is she? Okay, I think I'll go ahead and dispatch her. Or discharge, I should say. Okay, we might be able to put him somewhere. Western Wilderness. Okay. Time to rest up. Oh, I played Peace Walker. I played Peace Walker a long time ago. I'm going back to this one because this is the one game I never got around to playing. I wasn't sure what equipment I was gonna need. Okay. So that guy will be good in tech. Okay, well, that guy will get replaced. Okay. No, I actually have a straight from PSP to HDMI adapter. So I am running native hardware. Let's see. Let's take a look at this other report that we just got. A handsome Soviet major has been sighted in the wilderness located in the western part of the peninsula. He's being held prisoner. Could that be Raiden? We've received a report that a Soviet officer, a Rykov, I mean. Right, yeah. You do me too much honor, sir, but I'm pretty sure they are referring to Rykov. We've received a report that a Soviet officer is being held prisoner in the wilderness on the west side of the peninsula. Our spies say he's wearing the rank insignia of a major. The enemy of our enemy is our friend. This could be a good chance to snag a new recruit. Let's go and rescue him. I like how you think, Campbell. So we've all of a sudden got a lot of reports to follow up. The Soviet officer is being held prisoner in that area. According to our reports, he's high up in the ranks. He may have some special skills we can use. Rescue him, then get him on our side. Yeah, I've been working on my Snake impression for a while. I actually got a compliment from David Hayter when I met him. It really meant a lot to me.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Who's that?
Wait, what? I don't know how they spotted me. Actually, I went to talk to him about a project that I was involved with. Basically, they were our group was gonna recreate a scene that ended up being deleted from the Phantom Pain, but it was gonna be done in comic art, kind of like what you see in this game and in Peace Walker. And I had been cast as Snake in it, and I asked him. I told him I wanted to get some advice from him, and what I meant by that was getting into voice acting as a whole. But I guess he'd take it to meant voicing Snake. He said, "Well, let's hear your Snake," and I started off. I started reciting the opening portion of Metal Gear Solid 2. The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank. But our noses have been out in the cold too long. When I said that first sentence, he went, "I think that's the best I've ever heard." No, we unfortunately were not able to release it because our director had Hey, welcome in, Miguel. How you doing? I you No, I definitely am not, but thank you for the compliment. But anyhow, so we had been led to believe. Well, The Crown is very much inspired by Jerry Lawler. Matter of fact, I actually met Jerry Lawler dressed as him at a Comic-Con. Wait. I think I may know who you are. Did you once go by Don by any chance? No, wait. That's somebody else. I just realized his full channel name, and it's not exactly like yours. No, I've never met... Wait. Huh? What do you mean there doesn't seem to be anything new to report? You've got the report right there. I'm not really sure what Nolan North is known for. Wait, what? Where? Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really played the Uncharted series, so I wouldn't have recognized his name based on that. But yeah, David Hayter, it made my life. He cupped his hand to his ear because when you do the Snake voice, you almost can't hear it unless you're right there, listening to the person. And when I opened up by saying, "The Hudson River, 2 years ago," he went, "I think that's the best I've ever heard." He said the only advice he could really think to give me would be to sound like I'm a bit more annoyed at the establishment. And then he did the voice to kind of give me an idea of what he was talking about. But David Hayter was awesome. He gave me a hug and everything. But that's five people for actual. No, wait a minute. Let's see. It's either like 5 or 6 people from Metal Gear Solid more like 7 now that I think about it. Okay, let me think here. I've met Quentin Flynn, who voiced Raiden. He was the first person I met. Then I met Phil Lamar, who voices Vamp. His is another of my favorite voices to do. There's no need for sorrow, Queen. I died once already. I can't die twice. And then after him, I met Mizuho Yoshida, who was one of the actors who played Godzilla, and was also the motion capture actor for Snake in Metal Gear Solid 3. So he didn't voice anybody, but he was motion capture. And then after that, I met David Hayter and Jennifer Hale, who voiced Naomi Hunter, and was also there. And she also voiced Emma Emmerich. Took me a second to remember. I can't believe I had to think what Emma's last name was. And then after that, I met Brian Cummings, who voiced Sokolov. And lastly was Tara Strong, who voiced Paz in Peace Walker, along with about a zillion other roles. All right, let's look at the report. Oh, I guess we actually have to look at the report before it takes effect. That makes sense. Let's go ahead and save again now that I've done that. Yeah, Tara wasn't just there, but a lot of times Tara will go to cons by herself, but that wasn't the case this time. She was actually there with the other Powerpuff Girls voice actresses, and also the guy who voiced the professor was there. But I didn't know that until I got to the con, so I passed on taking a photo with him just because I only had enough to get photos with Kathy Cavadini, Tara Strong, and E.G. Daly, among the other people that I got pictures with that day. Like Chuck Norris was the big one.
What happened? Just my imagination. What happened?
Okay, I think I hit all of them.
Nothing here. Just my imagination. What happened?
Excellent. Let's bring them all in. Yeah, I never actually, wait. I think that's actually Rykov. That's, yeah, I actually unfortunately stopped playing Phantom Pain at one point because of backseating. I'll admit it. If somebody backseats me, what's the word I'm looking for? If someone backseats me excessively, it just takes away my motivation to play a game. I don't know how many other people feel that way, but it's always been the way I am. Cause you know, my enjoyment ends up just not being there like it had been previously. Okay, I'm a little nervous here. What is that? Well, I would have wanted to pick that up anyway. Yeah, I noticed at one point even though it came out in 2015, the title screen even has a 2016 copyright date on it during one of the updates. That's the only game I've ever seen the copyright date change on it after its release. It's rather odd, but it is something I noticed that okay, wait. Okay, so Rykov's in the basement. And there are a lot of items to pick up here. I think I've got the mine detector. Oh. I wondered where that guy went to. And what is that? Stun grenades. All right, let's get Cobra. Yeah. Spoilers was another reason I really stopped playing it. Which, unfortunately, given the fact that I was doing that voiceover project, I couldn't really get away from the spoilers. Yeah. I don't guess I could have gotten away from the spoilers. You know, given the fact that I was on board with that project, because they actually had me, I guess, I don't know if they had me recite some lines from the game or what, but yeah, spoilers can be a big thing that can take away from my enjoyment in a game. I hate to say it, but it is the truth. So, you know, I'll admit it. Right, yeah, which probably wouldn't have been an option. Or if it was, it wouldn't have been a very good option. So one of those is Rykov. The other one's a guard. Go, Salamander. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but the UMD drive in my PSP was spinning just a second ago. Honestly, I kind of miss that sound, like regularly hearing it, because I played my PSP so much back when it first came out. Yeah, you too. Have a good night, and I hope to see you again really soon. Something tells me I'm not going to be able to recruit this guy. Yeah, I'll just leave him where he's at. Okay, good. I do have another slot to find the key whenever I find the guard. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a key to Rykov's cell. This is making me nervous. think that's Rykov in there. Or not. Okay, I've got chaff grenades. I'm not gonna worry about those because I need to have a slot free. Peekaboo.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
What the? Just my imagination.
I got an idea.
Huh? What was that?
Why did I not think of this before?
Nothing here.
And then once he goes to sleep, I should be able to shake the key out of him. Well, I would have thought he had a key. So his cell was open. Major Ivan Raidonovich Rykov, I presume? You are American? You are American? What are you doing here? You first. Why is a Soviet officer like you being held prisoner in a place like this? Well, I heard all kinds of stories about you before I got here. How you used to abuse your rank and beat up your men for sheer support. You're a real piece of work. And now it's come back to haunt you. The moment Gene incited the soldiers to rebel, your comrades turned the tables and took you prisoner. How the mighty have fallen. Kind of weird, though, don't you think? A major and former GRU in a backwater place like this. What did you do? Go with the losing side in one of the Army's internal squabbles? Let me guess. With your patron Volgin dead, there's no one to protect you. You fell from grace and got shuffled off to this godforsaken outpost. Bastard! How could you know? Wait, I get it. You're an agent of the man they call Snake. The Yankee who killed the colonel in Groznygrad. And you came all this way to gloat over me. I kind of have a hard time doing that voice, but since he's supposed to be Soviet, I feel like I gotta do it. Nope. We're here to rescue you. Come again? Gene is planning to attack Russia using the nukes stored in this base and a new type of weapon he stole from the Americans. And we're here to stop him. We'd like you to help us, if you can. As an officer, your knowledge and skills could be invaluable to our mission. You want me to join the villain who killed the colonel? Not a chance. I'm simply proposing that we call a truce. Form a united front. Think about what's in it for you. Defeating the mastermind behind the rebellion and preventing a nuclear attack on the motherland. You'll be a hero. The Army will welcome you back into the fold, and a promotion won't be far behind. Wouldn't you like to make those bastards pay for what they did to you? Well, of course, if you'd rather sit out here as a prisoner, humiliated, by all means, be my guest. Wait. All right. I'll cooperate with you. I knew you'd see it our way, Rykov. What do you got? Okay, you're a goner. All right. Oh, right. Wait. Okay, what? All right, we want him in tech. I think I'll discharge her. She's going to the spy unit. What about you? I think I'll discharge him. Yeah, he's getting discharged as well. And you... Let's see. Bye. All right, let's take a look at our status. So tech's starting to go up. SVD sniper rifle inside the old fortress. Okay, so we want that. Wait. All right. According to this report, a valuable item has been located in that area. Reports indicate that the item is worth seeking, if you can spare the manpower. Get out there and find it. I'm not even gonna worry about recruiting new people this time. There's an item over here. No, there's not. Oh. Okay, it's mine detector. Now wait a minute.
Huh?
Huh?
HQ,
This is HQ.
this is Patrol. The enemy is attacking from
What happened? There's something wrong. Backup unit, check it out.
There's grenades.
What happened? What happened? HQ,
This is HQ.
this is Patrol. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Acknowledged. Keep your eyes open.
Who's that? The enemy's here!
Whoever told you to look my direction screwed up. So we know where 3 of the items are that are not the SVD. I wanted to get the SVD when it was at Warhead Storage, but I never got around to it. I wonder if that report would have still come up if I had gotten it. But we'll never know. Because when I went back to look for it, it wasn't there. And now all of a sudden it's sitting here at this fortress. I think they said it's actually inside the fortress too. I want to make sure, I want to make doubly sure I've looked at that report before I go there. Okay, good, I have. Enclosed space somewhere inside the old fortress. I know where it's talking about. There's only one spot it could possibly be. There's the holding cell, but I think it's more than likely that area that you have to crawl into where there were like 2 items in there before. Holy crap. Why didn't somebody tell me there was a Claymore there? But I guess that's why there's a mine detector available for procurement.
Just my imagination. What happened? What the? Just my imagination.
Uh-oh.
Nothing here.
Good. Bet that SVD.
What was that?
Huh?
Just my imagination. What happened?
Will you hurry up and get over here? Oh. That's going on in the upper reaches, not the lower reaches. It says enclosed area of the old fortress.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Just my imagination. Nothing here.
Crap. Why is that dude in here?
What happened?
This is making me so nervous. Okay. I'll pop him.
Just my imagination.
I'm starting to think it's in that little guardhouse.
Just my imagination.
Well, that's not
What
it.
happened? What the? HQ.
This is HQ. What happened? There's something wrong. Backup unit, check it out.
Oh boy.
What happened? What was that?
Cool. Huh? Okay, good. We got him. Uh,
Just my imagination.
so it says enclosed area. That's the only other place I can think of. Stun grenades. What in the world? You know what? I'm going to start bringing them in. Not because I really need to recruit people, because if I don't, I'm worried about how... Well, I don't know if I can get them down there. Good. See? Wait. Does he have... No, he does not. I didn't think so. All right, Snake. It looks like I'm literally going to have to pick up everything. To ensure that I get that SVD. Crap. All right. That's everything on the upper reaches. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. All right. Salamander. Go take a look. Wait, enclosed area. That means I'm probably going to need TNT. Somebody picked up TNT, but who was it? Snake's got it. Okay.
What? HQ.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. The enemy is attacking from an unknown position.
Acknowledged. Keep your eyes open.
All right. Got it. I see you found that item the report mentioned. You can continue searching the area, or you can select abort mission from the pause menu to return to the briefing menu. If you're done there, I suggest you come back right away. Don't have to tell me twice. Okay, I guess we'll go to the security base next. Okay, I thought I had more TNT. I just wasn't 100% sure. I'm glad we got that SVD, though. Even if I'm not going to use it very much, I did want to have it. Let's rest. And snakes at full. Let's see. Put him in the hospital. You... We'll get rid of him. I want to keep that captain around. Okay, what about him? I think he can replace someone. All right, sunfish or stork. We'll go ahead and discharge him. Surveyor. To the guest house. Okay, we'll put this dude in the plant. I guess we'll put her in the patrol base for right now, because I think that's where I'm going next. Oh, security base. All right, let's save. We've received a report from our spy unit dispatched to this location. Be sure to check it out. We got to get at least one new recruit from here. Did you read the report from our spy unit? Read it carefully and proceed as necessary. Right.
Just my imagination.
I'd like to recruit everybody. If possible. Where did he go? Okay, there he went. Cobra. Go bring that guy in. Oh, crap. Those doors scare me so much. Nice job. You can continue searching the area, or you can select abort mission from the pause menu to return to the briefing menu. All right. Jeez, how many more are there? There's one.
Just my. What's that?
Go, Cobra. Oh, dear Lord. He's gonna spot her, I think. I'm gonna have to act quick to get him.
What happened?
Mission accomplished. With that guy, at least. But again, we want everyone. Yeah, I think there's only 2 left. Not counting her. Hopefully they have some really useful skills. And some really good stats. Because I could stand to diversify my unit. Snake, go. If I can climb up that one ladder, I may be able to see where the other soldiers are from here. And again, maybe not. Okay, he's in the building. Wow.
What? Huh?
You don't have to worry about broken bones in this game. So there are 3. Where's she coming from? Where the heck is she coming from? Just where I hoped she'd come from.
Nothing here.
Okay, got them. There's one left. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get them out first. And then we'll just have that one to deal with. Okay, so he's... Whoever else is here is relatively close to this building. What? Okay. So we're in this building over here. And Cobra is about done. He's gonna have to rest up for the rest of this operation. Go, Snake. So the last guard is somewhere in here. Or else he's down here somewhere. There he is. Where do you think you're going? Dude, this guy's ticking me off. Got him. Jonathan. You are up. And after this, we will get out of here. And look at one of the other reports. Now, hopefully we got some soldiers with some really useful skills out of this. All right. Olin Falcon. We don't want to get rid of any of our engineers. I think I'm going to put him in the How about you? Nah, we'll discharge him. Okay, good. Okay, we want to look at the harbor. SAA in the guest house. Okay, that's story. Rations. Okay, he's got more stamina, but that dude's got more health. Okay. Send her to the supply depot. Good. Our next one, we're going to the harbor. I feel a sneeze coming on. We've received a report from our spy unit dispatched to this location. Be sure to check it out. I have a feeling we may have to use TNT to get those parts. Whatever they are, wherever they are. Did you read the report from our spy unit? Read it carefully and proceed as necessary. Crate. That crate was down on the lower deck, I remember.
Just my imagination.
Go, Cobra. Uh-oh. That made me nervous. That dude was really close to where I was. Wherever the heck he was. I think he was like just inside the ship or something. Now I remember we were going through some crates on the lower deck when the mission was aborted last time. So I'm assuming that's the general area where the crate is that we need to check. Wait. I'm on the ship? Something about parts. Up there, maybe? Yeah. Bet he's on the upper deck. Uh-oh. Claymores. No, I don't think I need those right now. Let's move on. This is making me nervous.
What was that?
Uh-oh. Well, that dude spotted me. Or enough of an... Oh, crap.
Nothing here.
You're making me nervous, dude. Oh.
Just my imagination.
Go, Cobra. Hopefully they won't find him too soon. Okay, yeah, there's our truck. I think that's my truck anyway. Looks like the general vicinity. Yeah, because that's where I start off. And there are 2 guards left. Okay, now what? Snake, can you hear me? Ghost, what's going on? Have you got some new information? Well, not exactly. I mean, yes, I have information. Ghost? Regarding Metal Gear, it can be launched directly into enemy territory along with the ballistic trajectory, just like an ICBM. Yeah, we already knew that. No, I mean, you see, in order to launch a weapon as massive as Metal Gear, you need a powerful booster. More powerful than an ICBM. More powerful even than a Soyuz rocket. So? You see, what I'm trying to say is, Metal Gear will be launched using a modified Saturn V rocket. Saturn V? The one they used for the Apollo lunar module? Precisely. It's the largest multi-stage rocket currently known to man. The rockets themselves are American-made, but the missile silos in this base have been modified to accommodate them based on Saturn V blueprints stolen from NASA by a Soviet spy. Uh-huh. The blueprints they use should still be on this peninsula somewhere. And? Do you think you could get them for me? Why? Why? What do you mean, why? Getting those blueprints back now isn't going to help us stop Metal Gear, so why do you need them? Yes, but I simply thought, they might be useful for something. Interested in rocket design, Ghost? I never would have guessed. A rocket scientist like Sokolov, now that I could understand. No, it's not like that. I'm not asking out of personal interest. I simply thought that if we're to stop Metal Gear from being launched, the more we know, the better. Uh-huh. Well, if you say so, sure. I can't make any promises, but I'll have a look around if I've got time. If I've got time to spare. Fair enough? Yes, of course. Thank you. This dude seems really suspicious. Cargo truck has been located carrying supplies for the security base. We assess that destroying this truck will reduce the combat effectiveness of enemy units in the security base. I see. And everyone's full. Looks like we're going back to the harbor, folks. First. Nah, Flamingo's better. And we will save. We received a report from our spy unit dispatched to this location. Be sure to check it out. So we got to look for a cargo truck. I'm glad I've still got the TNT. There's a truck carrying supplies for the security base. Destroy it and the enemy's fighting strength should get weaker. Is that it? I think that's it. There's a guard.
Just my imagination. Just my imagination.
Let's wait for him to go out. About time. What? Oh, I bet I know what I gotta do. Or I thought I knew. I wasn't gonna recruit anyone. But if I'm gonna go on that ship, I'm gonna make sure this guard can't, I'm gonna make sure this guard can't alert anyone. Now I see what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to get to the upper deck and then go around. Which shouldn't be too hard. Did this just put me on the other side? No. Boy, wouldn't that be nice if it did. come from? Oy vey, where did that guy even come from? Hold on a second. I've got a DVD set that I didn't like the way it was situated. If you wondered, by the way, it's My Brother and Me. Great show from Nickelodeon. That DVD set, unfortunately, is out of print at this time and has become rather expensive, or the last time I checked it was. Oh my gosh, how did that even happen? All right. That's right. We're going to the harbor. At least now we know where we need to go.
Just my imagination.
Now let's just wait for them to conk out.
What the?
Okay, good.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Nothing here. Huh? What was that?
Really? We'll get it. We'll get it. I was not expecting that dude to like keep coming towards the staircase. Or staircase, ramp, whichever it actually was. All right. There we go.
Just my imagination.
Cool. Oh.
Just my imagination.
Okay. Hopefully I can get out of the ship from here. Very good. I'm gonna move this dude. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stuff him in the locker. That way he'll be protected from the blast. Well, looks like I can't do that. The fact that he's in here is gonna have to be enough. in here with him. Looks like you've done it. Good work. We'll be waiting for you back at the truck. Head back here ASAP. He's a surveyor. Let's put him at the lab. He is getting discharged. All right. SAA. I'm going to go for the SAA first, and then we'll go after the crate. We're going to the guest house. According to this report, a valuable item has been located in that area. Reports indicate that the item is worth seeking if you can spare the manpower. Get out there and find it. Single Action Army, that's what it is. I had to think for a second what the SAA was. I was thinking it was a machine gun, but then I forgot. Single Action Army.
Just my imagination.
Oops. Nope. I'm going to leave that alone.
What happened? What? Who's that?
Huh? Where even was that guy? I didn't even see him. Oh, excuse me, folks. My apologies. We may not get to the main story tonight, but we'll have made huge progress on those reports. And then tomorrow it looks like we'll get back to the main story. Trying to tell where that other guy came from earlier. Maybe he was down there. They're making me nervous. Okay, so we know it's not down there. Oops.
Just my imagination.
Go, Cobra. Okay. So that's considered first floor. Cardboard box. Please tell me that's a single action army. Nope. There's rations over there. No, wait. I thought it was rations I was saying, but it's not. So what about over here? Got it. I see you found that item the report mentioned. You can continue searching the area, or you can select abort mission from the pause menu to return to the briefing menu. If you're done there, I suggest you come back right away. All right, let's book it. All right, what about you guys? She's got a lot of stamina. Unfortunately, her health isn't that great, and she doesn't have rescuer. All right, let's rest up. Okay, warhead storage. Stock of rations. Inside a box or crate. Opening it will require a significant amount of force. Which once again is code for bring TNT. We've received a report from our spy unit dispatched to this location. Be sure to check it out. Warhead storage. I think I know what that looks like. No, this is not what I was thinking. Okay, that crate should stick out like a sore thumb. Did you read the report from our spy unit? Read it carefully and proceed as necessary.
What's that? HQ.
This is HQ.
That was my fault. But yeah, it's simple. We slip down there, we locate the crate, we blow it sky high, and we get rid of the spam bot. We pick up the rations, and we get out of there. It'd be great if our medical team could, could make large rations. Because I feel like I'll need those at some point. Got it, Campbell. Still taking some getting used to seeing seeing a soldier pop in there right from the get-go.
What's that? HQ.
This is HQ.
This is Patrol. The enemy...
What happened? There's something wrong. Backup unit, check it out.
What happened? Just my imagination.
Well, I was hoping to capture him, but I guess that's not going to happen.
What? Huh?
Okay, we got her. Now we just wait for the anesthetic to take effect.
Just my imagination.
Wow. She was kind of closer than I was comfortable with. But now she is part of our unit. Or she's gonna be. I'm hoping I won't have to capture everyone.
What? Huh?
Oh, here she comes. Well, excellent. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and capture her. Better to be safe than sorry. That other guy is gonna stick around one particular area. You know, that area where the beams are? He's not going to leave that spot. So I don't think I'm going to have to worry about him. And Snake's only going to have one more soldier he's going to have to worry about.
What's that? What?
Oh.
Huh?
There. She's out. The dude in there shouldn't be of any consequence. That's it. That has got to be it. Wow. Somehow it didn't alert the guard on the upper floor. Nice. Okay, that about does it. Good work. Now hurry and get back to the truck. Okay, he needs to be in the spy network. You... I'll discharge. I'll get rid of Flamingo. All right. That just leaves one more thing to do for the moment. Work is being carried out in the southern part of the plant. Whoops. Okay, we got 18 large rations. I'd love to have more than that. But what are you going to do, right? All right, folks, that's going to do it for the evening. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow evening when we continue work on Portable Ops, and we'll be going toward the plant. Getting one step closer to taking down Metal Gear. But we've still got a little bit to do before we can do that. But in the meantime, we're going to find someone to raid before we go. I think we're gonna drop in on Burner Blade, who is playing some game demos. Burner Blade is a member of the Dragon Clan, which is one of the stream teams that I'm part of, and you know I just love the mission behind the Dragon Clan. You know, wanting to be there for folks, you know, with mental health struggles. But once again, folks, thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. I will see you back tomorrow when we continue Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops. But for now, this is Thunderfist 1978, codename Naked Snake, signing off.